Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sprinkle Factory YouTube channel where we cover everything culinary. Before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe down below and make sure to turn on your post notifications. Today we're going to be making frozen strawberry shortcake cheesecake pops. Let's get right into it. Now first we're going to start with our graham cracker crumbs. I have 2.5 cups. Also have a stick of butter as well and some sugar. So we're going to add the sugar and a pinch of salt. Now when it comes to adding the butter, we're going to add a little bit at a time just to make sure we don't over moisturize our crumbs. This is a pretty foolproof recipe, but just kind of take it slow with the butter in case you don't need all of it, which is perfectly fine. When it comes to the graham cracker crust, once you know it is ready to be baked, is when you actually squeeze the crumbs together and they stay together. Awesome. So what I have here, guys, I have a 9x9 springform pan, and I'm just going to press the crumbs into the pan, and we're going to bake this in the oven at 350 for 5 minutes. Once you start smelling the graham cracker crumbs, it is ready. Before we put this in the oven, though, we want to go ahead and wrap the springform pan in foil because we're going to bake our cheesecake once the batter is done in a water bath. So as you guys saw just then, I didn't use all my crumbs, but it's totally up to you how thin or thick you want your crust. So it's pretty simple. I just have 2 layers of heavy-duty aluminum foil. I place the pan right in the center, and I kind of scrunch, if that's a word, scrunch up the edges. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our cheesecake batter, and I'll make sure I walk you guys through it and put the ingredients down at the bottom of the screen. So I'm starting here with 6 8-ounce packages of cream cheese room temperature. Then we're going to add 1 3/4 cups of the sugar, and we're going to make sure that we cream that together. We are going to add 5 eggs to this. Try to add them one at a time. As you can see, mine's went in 2. We are then going to add our vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and our 1/2 cup of sour cream. And the sour cream is really just going to get the cheesecake batter even more silky than it already is. Once you mix it, you guys, and mix it just until it's combined. Don't over mix it. If you mix too much air into cheesecake batter, once it bakes, it's going to get really tall, but once it starts to cool, it's going to fall flat. So just be careful of that. Our crust is out, and before we add the cheesecake batter, as you can see, I've placed the smaller pan into a larger pan because this is going to be our water bath. So we're going to go ahead and add our cheesecake batter in with our crust, and then make sure that before you add the water, you allow your water to get a little hot out of the faucet, so this way it doesn't take away from the cooking time. Now the reason why we are doing a water bath is because cheesecake bakes so long, we want to make sure that it bakes evenly without burning. So the water bath will ensure that we get those results. So the next thing that we're going to do, you guys, is my absolute favorite thing to do, and that's make the strawberry shortcake crumbs. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our Oreos. We have whipped cream. You can use Cool Whip if you like. A large bowl, some instant strawberry jello, food processor, and we're just going to add in about 12 cookies. And once we put those in, and I just like to break them up a little bit because it just helps with the blending process and getting the crumbs nice and evenly uniformed. So we're going to go ahead and buzz this up, you guys. And wait till you guys see this. This is going to be super, super simple, and you're going to be like, really? I could have definitely made this all along. So I'm happy to share it with you guys. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the crumbs and we're going to add them into the bowl, and we're going to add some of our strawberry jello. And as you guys see, I'm starting with about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of jello. And then we're going to add in our whipped cream, about 2 to 3 tablespoons. It just depends on how dry or how crumbly you want your crumbs. I'll show you how I do it. But once we add the whipped cream in there, we're just going to kind of massage the jello into the cookie crumbs so they all become one tasty, fabulous, delicious thing. And once we do that, what I'm going to show you to kind of get difference in color is we are going to take one portion of your bowl, so just one little small area of your bowl. We're going to add some more of the instant jello mix into that one little area. We're going to grab another pinch of whipped cream and we're going to massage that jello literally just into that section. And what that's going to do is, as you can see, it's making those dark pink crumbs. So this way it looks like the familiar ice cream bar that we all grew up with and loved. And then once that happens, you guys should just mix it all together. And that freaking simple, we're done. That's it. This totally tastes exactly like the crumbs on the ice cream bar. You would not be able to tell the difference. So once we get these done, you guys, and you can use it for many, many things. I'll show you what I mean by that later. Our cheesecake, once it's finished baking, you want to make sure that you crack the oven door and let it cool for about an hour in the oven. The reason why we do that is so we don't get any cracks, and it still should be jiggly when it's done. I placed my cheesecake in the freezer till it cooled off, so about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it is completely cooled. And what we're going to do is we're going to start our station to go ahead and get the cheesecake crumbed. So what I have here is I have some of the strawberry glaze that you get from the grocery store. And this is just gonna give it that little tartness that you get out of the ice cream bar. So it's just building different layers of flavor until we get it exactly how we want it and completely delicious. So what we wanna do, guys, is we wanna go ahead and spread all of the strawberry glaze. Well, you can use a little, it is little or as much as you like. That's totally up to you. I like to just put kind of a thin medium layer on the cheesecake. Make sure that you get it completely out to the edges because we want to make sure that the crumbs are going to stick on the entire thing. Now what we're going to do, you guys, is we are going to take the crumbs and we are going to go ahead and put a couple of handfuls on top, and you just kind of want to work with this. There's no real right or wrong way to do this part, so just work with it. Put as little or as much of the crumbs that you want, and of course I know you're going to choose as much because I do. And make sure, it's very important that you also crumb the edges. You don't want any of that strawberry glaze oozing down the sides. So make sure that you crumb the edges, you guys. And we're going to put this back in the freezer just to firm up for about 30 to 45 minutes. Once it comes out of the freezer, we're going to cut it. In this size cheesecake pan, you should be able to get 12 slices of cheesecake. And what I've done here is I melted down some white chocolate chips, and I have my classic popsicle sticks. And we are going to start inserting the sticks into the cheesecake slices. Now putting it in the white chocolate and then inserting it is just to ensure that the sticks do not come out while you're eating it. So it's just basically it's going to act as glue, because once you put the melted chocolate into the frozen cheesecake, it's just going to harden right up and it's going to create a seal. So we're going to go ahead and get all of these done. It is a pretty fun process, you guys. So just sit back, relax, and get everything finished. Now, even though, you guys, I only melted 1/4 cup of the white chocolate chips, after doing all the sticks for all the slices, I still had some left. So in true Sprinkle Factory fashion, we are going to drizzle the top of these with the remaining melted white chocolate. We're just going to make it a little more decadent, basically. What we're going to do is we're going to put the chocolate in a little sandwich bag and cut the tip off. Make sure, you guys, when you're doing this, and I just did it in front of the camera so you guys can see, but make sure you cut the bag away from the cheesecake, just to make sure that you don't get that little plastic piece in or on any one slice of cheesecake. It's pretty simple, you guys, and it is a labor of love, very time consuming, but it is completely and totally worth it when you're done. Once you've mastered these strawberry shortcake crumbs, you guys, you can literally do anything. We've done strawberry shortcake waffles, and the buttermilk waffle recipe is in our cookbook. Make sure you guys visit our website and grab that. It is an ebook, so as soon as you purchase it and you receive your confirmation email, you can download it. So again, we've done waffles, we've done the strawberry shortcake cake, cupcakes. You guys can experiment with this. Go go crazy. I would love, love, love to see your recipes. Comment below. Let me know what you think about it, or message me and let me see what you've created. I love y'all. As my grandma would say, finger licking time. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see y'all next time.